Picture this, you've been searching for months. You have toured houses in 6 different towns, done the school district research, run the commute times on Google Maps at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday, and then you find Bridgewater. The numbers check out. Low crime, genuinely one of the safest communities in all of New Jersey. School ratings that hold up year after year, neighborhoods that feel established and well kept, and it is close enough to New York City that the commute is at least theoretically manageable. You start to think, this is it. This is the one. And then you get the first quarterly tax bill. Or you sit in traffic on Route 22 for the 45th morning in a row. Or your agent tells you that the home you're under contract on sits inside a FEMA flood zone, something the previous owner never mentioned. Here's the truth. Bridgewater is a genuinely desirable place to live. I'm not here to talk you out of it, but the information most people get before they move here is incomplete. The average homeowner in this township is paying $10,857 a year in property taxes before their first mortgage payment. Single family homes that used to sell in 30 days are now sitting on the market for 72. And the roads most residents commute on every single day rank in the top 2% for congestion in the entire state of New Jersey. You deserve the full picture, and that is exactly what this video is. I'm Jan Michael, a local real estate agent here in Somerset County. One sentence on who I am, because this video is not about me. It's making sure you do not move to Bridgewater and spend the first 2 years regretting it. We are going through 8 real challenges of living here in 2026. Every single point is backed by government data, official MLS numbers, or recognized research. No opinions dressed up as facts. No filler. By the end, you will know more about the real cost of this move than most people who have already made it. Free relocation consultation link is in the description. Now let's go. New Jersey has the highest property tax bills of any state in America. Not top 5, number 1, and it's not even close. According to December 2025, New Jersey homeowners paid an average of $9,767 in 2024, the highest of any state in the country. New Jersey's own official data tells an even sharper story. The statewide average crossed the $10,000 mark for the first time in state history. And the most recent figure for 2025 bills is already $10,570. In Bridgewater specifically, the official average residential tax bill in 2024 was $10,857. And the township approved a $51.4 million municipal budget for 2025 that included another tax rate increase. This is not a one-time anomaly. It is a trend that has moved in one direction for years. Here's what most people do not realize until it's too late. That $10,857 comes in quarterly installments. That is roughly $2,700 landing in your mailbox every 3 months, on top of your mortgage, on top of insurance, on top of everything else. And here's the breakdown that surprises almost everyone. Only about 11% of that bill goes to the municipality itself. About 67% funds the school district. Roughly 20% goes to Somerset County, and the rest to local fire districts. The schools are excellent, I will say that clearly. But if you are buying here without kids in the district, you are still fully funding them. Go into this with your eyes wide open. For the past several years, Bridgewater real estate was a seller's market. Bidding wars were normal. Homes went in a single weekend. Buyers were routinely waiving inspections, contingencies, writing personal letters, offering tens of thousands over asking just to be competitive. If you bought here in 2021 or 2022, you know exactly what that felt like. That market's cooling down, and the data from the New Jersey Realtors Local Market Update, current as of April 9th, 2026, makes the shift very clear. Single-family homes in Bridgewater are now averaging 72 days on the market, a 140% increase from just 30 days in March 2025. New listings are down 31% year-to-date. Sellers are receiving just 99.9% of list price on average, down from 103% the year before. The median single-family sales price in March 2026 was $655,000, down 17.6% from $795,000 in March 2025. Thinking about relocating to New Jersey? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers to the best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is, this guide's 100% free. That's right. You heard me right. 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. If you are a buyer right now, this is actually your moment. Possibly the best negotiating positions buyers have had here in 3 or 4 years. You can ask for inspections again. You can negotiate on price. You have time to think. If you're a seller who bought at peak and was expecting that same frenzied market to get you out at full price, that conversation looks a little different today. The market has not collapsed, but it has shifted. And sellers who are not adjusting their pricing strategy are the ones sitting at 72 days, wondering why no one is making offers. Property taxes get all the attention, but they are only one layer of a cost of living that runs 31% above the national average. That figure captures the full picture: housing, transportation, groceries, healthcare, and utilities all baked in. In practical terms, a single person needs roughly $3,242 a month just to cover the basics in Bridgewater. A family of 4 is looking at approximately $7,140 a month before any savings or discretionary spending. The median home value sits around $649,900, more than double the national median, and the median rent runs about $2,637 a month. People often focus on the sticker price of housing and forget the compounding factors. Childcare in Somerset County is not cheap. Health insurance premiums in New Jersey run consistently above the national average. Even weekly groceries at the stores available here, Whole Foods, King's, specialty markets along Route 202 run at a premium. None of these are disqualifying on their own, but stacked on top of the mortgage and that quarterly tax bill, the real monthly number is significantly higher than most families project before the move. Here's one I wish more relocation content addressed directly. If you live in Bridgewater and work anywhere in this region, the situation for most residents, your commute almost certainly runs on Route 22, 206, or 287. There's no real way around it. These roads are the connective tissue of the township. And according to both Route 22 and Route 202/206, ranked very high in the state for crash rates and congestion. NJDOT's own crash studies documented Route 22's crash rate at more than 3 times higher than the statewide average, and Route 202/206 at 2.3 times the state average. Those are not editorial opinions. Those are the state's own engineers putting numbers to what happen on these roads every day. The New Jersey Department of Transportation has a major interchange redesign in progress. Here's the honest timeline. Construction is not scheduled to begin until summer 2030, with project completion projected for 2033. That is 7 years from now. If you move here today, you are planning your daily commute around these roads exactly as they currently are for the better part of the next decade. New Jersey's property taxes absorb most of the tax conversation. The state income tax is the other half of the same story. For 2026, top marginal income tax rate of 10.75% makes it the 4th highest in the nation. Only California, New York, and Hawaii have higher top rates. And here's where it compounds. The federal SALT deduction cap limits your combined write-off for state and local taxes to $10,000 on your federal return. In Bridgewater, where the average property tax bill alone is nearly $11,000, you're already over that cap before you write off a single dollar of state income tax. Compare that to a professional who relocates to Florida or Texas, no state income tax, no SALT cap friction. Run the actual numbers for your household income before you sign a contract here. This one sounds obvious until you actually try to live differently. There's no walkable downtown in Bridgewater. There's no main street with a coffee shop, a pharmacy, a dry cleaner, and a grocery store you can reach on foot. The township developed as a sprawling, auto-centric suburb starting in the 1970s, and that physical layout has not changed. The platform used by Zillow, Redfin, and major real estate portals consistently rates Bridgewater addresses between 1 and 17 out of 100, the official car-dependent classification where almost all daily errands require a vehicle. New Jersey Transit does run a stop at the Raritan Valley line, and the Scoot bus covers limited weekday routes for 32 square miles of suburban township. That provides commuter rail access and not much else for daily life. For a 2 working adult household, plan for 2 vehicles, 2 insurance policies, 2 registration fees, 2 maintenance budgets, 2 gas bills. Add that up before you calculate your maximum housing payment. This one surprises buyers more than almost anything else I see in practice. Parts of Bridgewater sit within FEMA-designated special flood hazard areas, mapped across multiple flood insurance rate panels tied to the Raritan River system. Somerset County has documented flood history, and specific neighborhoods carry meaningful annual risk. As of March 20th, 2024, New Jersey law requires every home seller to formally disclose flood zone status confirmed by FEMA flood maps. The state created this mandate because buyers were routinely finding out after closing. The practical step is simple. Before you make any offer, look it up online, the official federal tool for checking specific addresses flood zone designation, FEMA flood maps. If the property is in a special flood zone area and you are using a federally backed mortgage, flood insurance is not optional. It is required by the lender. That can add several hundred to several $1,000s per year to your carrying costs. It will not appear in the listing price. Know before you sign. The last point is less about your personal balance sheet and more about the long-term trajectory of Bridgewater as a community. And what that means is if you are buying here long-term, this is an affluent township. The median single-family home price is above $650,000 and the average tax bill approaches $11,000 a year. Under New Jersey's fourth round affordable housing mandate, this assigned Bridgewater an obligation to build 421 affordable units by 2035. The township lobbied to reduce that number from 474. Efforts to build those units have triggered significant resident opposition, including contested council votes to rezone Route 202-206 corridors for residential development. Rezoning decisions directly affect traffic patterns, school enrollment, neighborhood density, and the long-term character of the community you are purchasing into. Bridgewater is in the middle of a decade-long negotiation about who it is built for, and that conversation will produce real changes to land use for years to come. Let's come back to where we started. At the top of this video, I painted the picture of someone who has done their research, found Bridgewater, and started to feel like they found the right place. And I want to be clear, that feeling is not wrong. Bridgewater has genuinely earned its reputation. The crime rate places it in the top 2% of safest communities in the entire state. The school district consistently delivers strong outcomes. The quality of the housing stock, the access to major regional employers, the proximity to New York City, the established neighborhoods, these are all real advantages that thousands of families have built genuinely good lives around. I see it every week in this work, but the tax burden here is among the heaviest in the country, stacked on both the property and incomes sides simultaneously. The housing market just made a significant shift that requires a completely different strategy than what worked even 12 months ago. The main roads have documented safety problems that will not be resolved until the early 2030s. Car ownership is not optional. Flood risk is real and specific to certain properties. And the community is actively wrestling with affordable housing questions that will reshape development patterns for years to come. Now, none of that is disqualifying. All of it is information you need. The people who move to Bridgewater and genuinely thrive are the ones who ran the full honest math, understood everything in this video, and still decided the quality of life was worth it. That is a completely legitimate conclusion to reach. I just want you reaching it with the actual numbers in front of you, not 6 months after you have already closed.
Hey guys, it's Jan. As much as I love making these videos, there's one thing I love more, and that's helping families and people from all over the US make the move here to New Jersey. I've helped countless families make the move. So whether you're coming out next week or next month or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen and linked in the description in case you missed the on-screen pop-up. I look forward to helping you and your family make the move to New Jersey.
If you are seriously considering Bridgewater or anywhere in Somerset County and you want someone to walk you through the real numbers with you, what you can actually afford here, which neighborhoods fit your lifestyle and budget, and what the market is doing right now in your price range, the link for a free relocation consultation is right there in the description. No pitch, no pressure, just a real conversation with someone who works this market every day. If this video gave you something you were not finding anywhere else, drop a comment below and tell me what stood out. Share it with someone who is in the middle of this decision right now. It will help save them a lot of expensive surprises down the road. And subscribe if you want more of this. We cover Somerset County, hyper-locally, market updates, neighborhood breakdowns, and the things most agents skip over. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one.